Akanksha. I'm here to share my video in geography on the topic latitudes and longitudes. Let's begin without any delay. Latitudes and longitudes. As we know that the earth is spherical in shape. Locating any place on the surface of the earth is a difficult process, it's a difficult task. So, we have designated a method with the help of which we can easily locate any place on the surface of earth without getting into serious calculations. But to help us understand the method, we need to understand what are latitudes and what are longitudes. Suppose we take an orange, okay, and we take out, this is an orange, and we take out the upper portion of this orange, this one, take. So we are left with only this part of the orange. Now what we do is, suppose there is a protractor we have kept here, and we can see that this portion, the amount of portion where I have drawn lines, it has degrees. It can be divided into 90 degrees, right from the center till the outer part, 0 degree, 1, 2, 3, up to 90 degree. And when these points on the surface of the earth are drawn like this on the surface of the earth, then what we call them? We call them latitudes. These are called latitudes because they help us to locate the place, the exact location of a place on the surface of earth. Now let me tell you what are the various important latitudes, parallels of latitudes. 0 degree latitude is the equator. In the north, 23 and a half degree north and 23 and a half degree south, we have Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Here we have Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle at 66 and a half degree north south, and here we have the North Pole and the South Pole. I hope this much is clear to everybody. There are 181 parallels of latitude. Mind it, 181. First we have from 1 degree to 90 degree in the northern hemisphere and 1 degree to 90 degree in the southern hemisphere, plus 0 degree latitude, that is called the equator. We must understand that there is a certain measurement of the circumference of the earth, according to which the distance between each degree of latitude when calculated came approximately equal to 69 miles. So suppose if we say that Mumbai is a place located in India and is 20 degree in the northern hemisphere, 20 degree north. So we need to find out the location or the distance of that place from the equator. We'll do it very simply. We'll just see it's 20 degree north, okay, and the number of latitude it covers 20, and the distance between each latitude is 69 miles. So 69 into 20 will give us the answer. In the same way, we talk about Perth, which is in definitely Australia. Suppose it is 30 degrees south. We'll multiply 30 into 69 and we'll get the answer. It's 69, not 59, okay? Now, this is how latitudes help us to locate a place on the surface of the earth. Now, when we talk about meridians of longitude, our earth is a circle or a geoid, as we all call it. What we have done, we have divided this entire circumference of the earth into 360 degrees. The earth covers entire 360 degree in 24 hours. We all know that. Okay, and we also know that the circumference of the earth when calculated came about 25,000 miles. Now what we did is we divided this 25,000 miles by 360. So we got 69 miles. So that means when we have divided this entire 25,000 miles by 360, we can get the distance between each meridian of longitude, because this is the circumference 25,000 miles and divided by 360 meridians of longitude. So the distance between each can be approximately 69 miles. But this is the distance that we are getting at the equator, because when we are moving towards the poles in the northern and the southern hemisphere, these meridians of longitude, what they do? They converge at a point. So the distance gradually decreases in the case of meridians of longitude from the equator to the poles, and therefore these meridians are not useful for calculating the distance of a place from the equator, whereas they have one very important role, and that important role is that they help us to find the local time of a place. And this is a very important concept. I'll show you how. See, suppose this is how I'm trying to show Earth. Okay, but before that, let me tell what are the important meridians of longitude. We have one meridian of longitude that is called the prime meridian, and one important is the one that we call as the international date line, that is the 180-degree east-west meridian. It is the same meridian, 180-degree east-west, same. Okay. Now I'll also tell you that the prime meridian that passes through England, a place in London called Greenwich, and that place was assigned the 0-degree meridian of longitude because it was the place where these kind of discoveries were being done. So I'll tell you how are we going to understand what kind of a time or what time can we have at a particular place. Suppose we all know that the sun rises in the east, and this is the Greenwich meridian. It's a straight line, and suppose we have a 12 noon at Greenwich. Now as sun rises in the east, so it is but obvious that these places, suppose this is your Russia, this is Japan, this area will experience means the sun will rise early in this place in comparison to the places that are far away or the places that are in the west. Whereas in the Greenwich, if we are saying it's 12 noon, then these places we are having time which will be much ahead of 12, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m. And here we'll be having we can have 11 a.m., 10 a.m., 9 a.m., 8 a.m. So are you understanding that Greenwich mean time is a standard, and any place either east or west of it can be easily located with the help of latitudes, longitudes, and the time can be located with the help of these meridians of longitude. Let us see how. We know that the earth covers 360 degree in one day. That means in 24 hours, means our earth rotates one complete circle in which is of 360 degree in 24 hours. Or we can say it moves by 15 degree in every 1 hour. The earth moves, जहाँ अर्थ है वो रोटेट कर जाता है, हर घंटे वो 15 मिनट 15 डिग्री से आगे बढ़ जाता है. ठीक है. तो अगर हम सपोज यू आर लॉस्ट इन द सी एंड यू नो यू आर अ सेल एंड यू आर लॉस्ट इन द सी एंड यू नो दैट अभी ग्रीनविच मीन टाइम में 12 बजा है. सपोज वहाँ पे 8 बजा है. सोचो वहाँ पे 8 ग्रीनविच मीन टाइम में आपको पता है 8 बजा है, और आप जहाँ ओशन पे खड़े हो आपको लग रहा है कि सन जो है वो ओवरहेड है. तो आप कैसे आइडिया लगा लोगे? आपको पता है कि वहाँ पे 8 बजा हुआ है ग्रीनविच मीन टाइम पे, और आपको पता है कि यहाँ पे ओवरहेड सन है तो 12 बजा होगा. तो मतलब कितना डिफरेंस आ गया? 4 आवर्स का डिफरेंस आ गया. तो आप कितने डिग्री आगे हुए? कैसे? आप 60 डिग्री आगे हुए कि नहीं हुए? क्योंकि 15 डिग्री 1 घंटे का, 30 डिग्री 2 आवर्स का, 45 डिग्री 3 आवर्स का, और 60 डिग्री 4 आवर्स का. मतलब अगर ग्रीनविच में 8 बजा है तो 12 बजा होगा वहाँ पे, और आप 60 डिग्री ईस्ट लैटिट्यूड में होंगे. क्योंकि अगर आप सन जब यहाँ पे सुबह है तो यहाँ पे दोपहर होगी, यहाँ पे सुबह है तो यहाँ पे दोपहर होगी. इसी तरीके से अगर आप कहीं भी वेस्टर्न रीजन में होंगे तो यहाँ पे अगर 12 बजा होगा तो यहाँ पे दिन के हो सकता है सुबह के 6 बजे हो, या सुबह के 8 बजे होंगे, या फिर सुबह के I hope you are getting it. And if you have queries, then please let me know. Now I'll be telling you this Indian Standard Meridian, which is 82.5 degree east, because India lies in the eastern part of the earth, as we all take it. And overall in the world, we have 24 time zones. Time zone is one important aspect because it helps us to find out what is the location of a place and what is the time which serves that place, or how many time zones a particular area has. Because suppose a big country like Russia has a great latitudinal and longitudinal extent, so if we just take a single time zone for that country, it would be very hectic for the people, because they'll think that because suppose they'll have to like change their watches every time, because suppose they start traveling from Siberia, Trans-Siberia to Vladivostok, it will take a huge time and difference, because it may be maybe they started 6 a.m. in the morning and they'll land maybe the next maybe the next day, and that too on the next day, and maybe in the evening, because the time differences depend upon the time zone. So to avoid such kind of differences, big countries which have a great geographical extent have various time zones to help the passengers with their suitability. So USSR has 11 of them, and Canada, USA have 5 time zones. Like they have an Eastern times, like they have a Pacific time zone, then they have Pacific time zone, then they have like Atlantic, then one mountainous, then one eastern, and then one central. Though I don't have the figure, but I think you can easily locate. Suppose USA is there, then you can have 5 time zones in USA. Now I'll tell you about what is international dateline. International dateline is the 180-degree east-west meridian that passes through Bering Strait and some of these small island nations like Fiji and your Tonga. But to avoid the problem of a single island facing 2 different days on the same day, what we did is we tilted this line at some places to help those island nations to follow any one time, or to follow any one time zone, either their own or of the American or the Asiatic one. So how this system works? See, suppose it is 17th March in the western part of the international dateline, in the western part, and here is the eastern part. Okay, but what we know that this is Japan region, and we always know that sun rises in the east. So this region will always have sun, or this region will always be ahead of this region. So this is suppose it's 17th March morning here, so it will be the 16th March morning in this region, because this region will be exactly 24 hours back of this region. It will be 17th March morning here, it will be 16th March morning here. So what happens? Suppose here is 16 and I want to go jump from this line, from this place to this place. Now what, I was in 16th morning, but I landed on 17th morning. So what happened actually is I missed a day, didn't I? Yes, I did, because I lost one day. Now what I do, if suppose it's 17th March here and I try and jump back to this place, what will happen? It's 17th March morning, I've already lived 16th, but I'll again go back to this place and I'll again live 16th. So this is how this international dateline functions. If you cross it from this place to this place, means from west to east, you'll gain time, whereas if you cross it from east to west, you lose time. For suppose there are several examples that I can give you on this concept. Suppose there is a place in New Zealand called Wellington, the capital city, of course. So the capital city of suppose we take a flight from Wellington at 5 p.m. in the evening, and suppose it is 17th March again, then we are going to Hawaii. So what are we going to do? We are going to gain time, because we are on 17th and we are going back to 16th, no? So if we have started at 5 p.m. in the evening, then we are landing in Hawaii at 2 p.m. same date, or a day before. Suppose 5 p.m. then we can even it will be exactly the same. It will be they are reaching 2 p.m. on the same day. What happens here is they are gaining time. They've already lived that day. He has already lived that day up to 5 p.m. Now again he is going back to that place, and it is 2 p.m. of the same date. So the entire thing is that you are gaining time when you cross this line from west to east, and you lose time when you cross this line from east to west. I hope the lecture is clear, and if you like the video, then please do tell me, and I'll love to share more geography lectures. Thank you.